today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He's brought down. A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsay. 15 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. And he will have a Broncos first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Here's Lindsay. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 13 carries, 79 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. Number 3 in the league in rushing within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
2 yards, good enough for first.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Taken down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do it.
Now Brown, he lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
I can't stand myself. Jackson's pass comes.
So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them. But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And he'll be out of bounds.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsey, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Ravens, nothing. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Ravens, nothing.
On second down, Kamara.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
It's picked up by the Broncos. There he goes, right side. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown.
Daniel Carlson on for the point after.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Returning it, Johnson.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
On the option, Jackson will keep it.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
That's good.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
They go play action now. Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go with Kamara. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll...
It got his man, complete.
In your face!
And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. With a white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
First half. With the score, Broncos 21, Ravens.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Johnson now returning. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Recovered by the kicking team.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
He felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jerry Jeudy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half. okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all the positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
15 inches at the 49-yard line.
On the option, it's Jackson.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
For a Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Jackson's pass.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Really an excellent run. Sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Steps away to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A huge gain of 40 yards on the third down conversion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away, and he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Being chased out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. For the moment, they're on top of their division, projected to host a wild card game in the first weekend, but nothing is set in stone. There's a lot of... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. The clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. They'll run with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Carlson now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsay touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And down inside the 15 he goes. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And he'll bang that one through. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose, but otherwise, just kneel.
And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Goes back to Sutton. This time completes it.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to...
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
As you'd imagine, the locker room was hyped after that game. I had plenty of tough moments in my career, but fortunately I had a lot of great ones too. And I have to say, this was one of the better moments in my whole career. Thinking back on it now, it didn't matter what happened the rest of the season. We lost in the playoffs to a team that was absolutely stacked with talent. But that one moment was one of the best of my entire life. One piece of advice I always give to young players coming into the NFL is not to take the end of the year awards for granted. Between the star power on hand and the amazing history of the league, it's an honor to be there. I took the time to rest up and get ready for the next season. Tried to focus on getting my mind and body right, you know? And I needed it for what came next.
That was a comeback for the ages, and it was a treat to watch.
It was one of those situations where when you've been around long enough, you just start to see the game differently. It's almost like everything slows down around you. One moment that really stood out was my first time on Rich Eisen's show.
My next guest needs no introduction. Some of you may know him as the reigning NFL MVP. Others may know him as one half of everyone's favorite duo, the Heartbreak Kids. But I know you as someone entirely different. Isn't that right, Shoeless? Tell everyone at home how I single-handedly saved your career.
Yeah, that's right. You absolutely saved me at the Combine by letting me wear your Run, Rich, Run cleats.
Which I still haven't gotten back, by the way.
You know, it's funny you mention that.
Oh, my beautiful babies. What did he do to you?
Well, I didn't know how to get them back to you, and they did kind of help me get drafted in a roundabout way, so they became my lucky practice cleats.
So much for asking for those back.
Yeah, you know what? I felt terrible about that, so I figured I'd make it up to you.
What do you have here? Oh, my goodness. These are amazing.
Those are custom Heartbreak Kid 3s. They're cleats, and there's only 4 guys that have them. Those are guaranteed to get you a sub-5 40 time.
This is the greatest day of my life. Thank you so much for these. Oh, geez. I've been so wrapped in the great Combine cleat caper, I forgot we have a surprise for you today as well. Someone wants to say hello.
What up, player? Peep this. On behalf of EA Sports and the Madden community, I want to be the first to welcome you to the Madden family as this year's cover athlete. Ooh, wait!
What? That is crazy. We grew up playing Madden, so this is unbelievable. So cool to snoop in the rest of EA.
It's in the game.
Yeah, I'm in the game.
Here you are.
Okay, let's get real now. I gotta ask, are you worried about the Madden cover curse?
I know some guys are gonna be mad at me, especially if I mess up early in the season, but honestly, I'm not really a superstitious guy.
Stay tuned. There's more to come with our newest Madden cover athlete.
Hey, they look good on you.